So this is the Access Half Grow House. It's 4 feet long and 2 feet deep, and it's a freestanding unit, so it's designed to go anywhere in the garden. Now, our grow houses are designed for year-round growing, so we've got architectural aluminium framework that's really strong and will stand high winds, and we glaze it with toughened safety glass. Safety glass is stronger than perspex, and unlike perspex, it won't blow out when we have winds, and it'll stand 2-3 feet of snow on the roof without any problems at all. Now you can see we're in the middle of summer. We've got the grow house full of Mediterranean type crops. We've got some peppers in there, we've got tomatoes in there. They're really benefiting from the extra warmth that we get from under the glass. When we get to autumn time, we can carry on with our salad crops, and we could be cropping salads right up until the autumn time, right up to Christmas in fact. It's Christmas time, we could have perhaps put some new potatoes in there in the autumn time, be cropping those at Christmas. Winter bulbs can also be brought and grown on in the grow house. And then we come to springtime next year. We can go out to the garden centre, get those really small plug plants when they're not so expensive, and grow those on in here on the seed tray shelves. We can also grow our own seeds. Things like salad crops are quite easy to grow from seed, and we can get those going early in the year. And then once those have gone outside, we can then be back to our summer cropping. So all year round use of the grow house. In addition, if we want to do more traditional overwintering, then we can do that in there. We can put geraniums in there, we can put fuchsias in there with a little bit of frost protection in there. So year round growing from the Access Grow House. Now it's when you get close up to the Access Grow House that you really see the quality and the versatility of the grow house. So as we said, the framework is glazed in toughened safety glass, but the access into the grow house is via these sliding doors. So the fronts slide and also the roof slides as well. So you've got excellent ventilation in the grow house. Early in the year you can have the doors just open an inch or so, so as the sun falls on it in say February time, it'll warm up in here even though it might be freezing cold outside. And what we can do is open the glass up, just let a little bit of air move around inside the grow house so we're not getting any disease problems. And then when the sun's gone off, perhaps 4 in the afternoon, when it's gone cooler, we can just close it back up again. In the summertime, obviously we can have the doors fully open, but we can also slide the roof as well to ventilate the roof. If we want to, we can actually lift the roof glass out as well, so we've got completely uninterrupted ventilation. Now looking inside, you can see that we've got shelving system in here. We've got 2 seed tray shelves. We have a narrow one and a deep one, and between the 2 of them they'll hold 8 seed trays. Now the height of the shelves is adjustable, and you can see here we've actually got the deep shelf at the top and the narrow shelf down at the bottom. That's because we've got these peppers and they're quite bulky. In the early springtime we'd do it the other way around. We'd have the narrow shelf at the top and the deeper shelf at the bottom, just to maximise the light getting into the frame. Now we can see here that the shelves themselves are made of these slim aluminium bars. That's to maximise the light and reduce any shadowing of the crops below. You can also see that at the back we've got a whole series of holes in the back struts to allow us to change the spacing of the shelving. So we can move them up and down as we need to. If we don't want to use them, we can either drop them flat against the back, or we can actually remove them completely. So in the summertime, if we've got Mediterranean crops in there, we can have it without any shelves in there. So the shelving system makes the grow house really, really versatile. So here's another idea for using your grow house. This one we've put on a timber raised base. So if we haven't got a vegetable patch, or we've only got a patio in our garden, we can still benefit from soil grown crops. And you can see in here we've got salad crops, we've got some herbs in here as well, we've got some tomatoes, all growing in the soil. So it's great, you can come out of your kitchen, pick your salad crops, pick your fresh herbs for your cooking, and it's all growing under the glass and being protected. So you're getting a really long growing season. The raised base is made of pressure treated timber, and it's 1.25 inch board, so it's very strong and sturdy. The pressure treatment will give it a long life even though it's in contact with the soil. Now the base itself is constructed using stainless steel screws. These won't rust and the heads won't come off like zinc pacified screws, so it gives it a much longer life. And you can also see that all of the edges are nicely mitered, so it gives it a neat finish. The other thing with the raised base is the framework itself is actually just sitting on these slightly recessed posts inside, so it's not actually physically fixed to the base. That way, if you want to lift the framework out to clean it, or because you just want to expose all of the plants to being outside, then you can easily do so, that you don't actually have to fix the base to the frame. And that's because the weight of the glass in there keeps everything on the ground, even in high winds. Now inside the base is a hollow box. That's because if we want to put it on soil, we then get the benefit of the worms being able to come up into the base and benefit the crops and the soil in the base. Now if we're doing putting it on gravel like we are here, or we're putting on a patio, the best thing to do is go and get some weed suppressant matting from the garden centre. Put that down first, and that still allows drainage out of the base but stops the gravel mixing too much with the soil. Now because we've got a raised base and you've got really good drainage and you've got the glass on top which is going to absorb the heat early in the year, the crops in here are going to be between 4 and 6 weeks ahead of crops that were grown outside. So really extending the growing season both at the beginning of the season but also at the end of the season as well.